Hey everyone, I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm Zeminus and I'm mostly known for making Nintendo modding videos here on YouTube, but today I'm going to be starting my Let's Play of Kingdom Hearts 1 Level 100%. I thought this would be a nice thing to do because there aren't really any Let's Plays of Kingdom Hearts 1 Level 1. There's only one done by Missmaster1 and that was years ago on the PS3 version. And since this game was mechanically touched up a little bit here and there, I feel like I wanted to do an updated playthrough, and also, while I'm at it, I'm going to be 100%ing the game as well. In order to 100% the game, I'm going to fully complete the journal, gummy missions, synthesis, cups, except for Hades Cup time trial, because that's not possible without stat boosts. Still up in the air whether or not I'm actually going to be doing that or not, but it's more likely that I will be doing it towards the end when I grind to level 100. I'm also going to be obtaining all the gummy blueprints, all the weapons, the chests. There are some missable chests in this game, and a few are actually pretty easy to miss. Complete the game on level 1, obtain all the items, unlock all the save points, and also have 0 times defeated on my file. Now, doing this game on level 1 is going to make fights much harder. I'm going to be dying in pretty much 2 hits throughout the game. However, the devs did add some scaling and hidden properties to EXP0 that really increases damage with your magic and your summons. Also, I may hear some of you saying, Zeminus, haven't you done this before on Twitch? Yes, I have done this on Twitch. This is my first playthrough I did on my Twitch channel. However, that playthrough wasn't really the best in terms of how I did it, and it was a very long playthrough. It was like 80 episodes. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to do it again now that I have good knowledge of the game. Now I've beaten the game on level 1 and know what to expect. All of that sort of stuff. I feel like this playthrough is going to go a lot better and a lot smoother. Also, another reason I want to do a Let's Play of this game specifically is because there's a lot of secrets and small things that a lot of people don't necessarily know about it. And I feel like I could kind of help, point them out here and there. There are some pretty neat secrets in this game. This game definitely has a lot of complex level design that wasn't really in the other Kingdom Hearts games. This game does have a few more action mechanics in it, such as tech points. Also, because of the fact that we can't do Hades Cup time trial, unfortunately we're not going to be able to get Save the King, and also Prime Cap, which you get for getting 100 hits on Garricus. One thing I do want to bring your guys' attention to really quickly is the cover art for this game. So for the original Kingdom Hearts, it actually seems that they're in the Dark City in the world that never was, which is the final world in Kingdom Hearts 2. That's just a really neat touch that I like about the game covers. But that's pretty much all of the logistics. Let's get this party started. I'm going to be starting a new game on Final Mix Proud because this is the only way that you can get EXP0. Fun fact, the original Japanese version of this game was vastly different from the other versions. It didn't have a lot of secret bosses, and they did change up a few things. That version of the game was always on normal. If you play on beginner, you do get some special items, like you get a ribbon, you get an EXP necklace, you also get a bunch of power-ups and defense ups, but you can always make those later on in the playthrough. Difficulties are actually pretty much the same with the final mix version of the Japanese release. It's too much. There's a few other mechanics with the difficulties as well, but you also can't get the secret ending on beginner, so just keep that in mind if you're going to play on beginner. But Final Mix Proud, encounter tough enemies for thrilling battles. Camera settings, this game's camera isn't necessarily the best, so I am going to be going with the manual camera actually. That's the one I personally prefer. And I don't have vibrations on, so I'm just going to leave this off. But that's pretty much all I have to say, so let's get started.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real? Or not?
So much to do. So little time. Take your time. Don't be afraid. The door is still shut. Now step forward. Can you do it? Alright, so basically we can move with the left stick. Pretty self-explanatory. Power sleeps within you. If you give it form, it will give you strength. Choose well. Alright, so here we are at the beginning game options of this game. Now these are actually really important and will affect your playthrough quite a bit. Our options over here are the Dream Sword, the Dream Shield, and the Dream Rod. People actually end up choosing the Dream Sword, which isn't that bad of an option, honestly. You do get some good abilities, and it just gives you overall strength. But especially for level 1, I'm going to be wanting to go with the Dream Rod. Dream Rod also gives you Dream Rod gives you some pretty good abilities early on as well, and it gives you +2 magic on your save that you cannot get through any other means. Dream Shield isn't a bad option either, especially if you're playing on Proud or a harder difficulty, but just know that this isn't going to make any difference on level 1, because we're not going to get a lot of defensive abilities, and our defense is going to get scaled out pretty fast. The one thing this game does to make up for not choosing the Rod is give you more item slots, but in my opinion that doesn't really make up for that magic that you can't get through anywhere else, because the amount of magic that you have in this game is how this game determines how powerful your magic is. So I just wanted to put that information out there. So I will be choosing the Rod for this playthrough. The Power of the Mystic, Inner Strength, a Staff of Wonder and Ruin. Is this the power you seek? Yes. Your path is set. Now what will we give up in exchange? So I'm actually going to be giving up the shield. You guys are like, wait, what? Level 1? Keep the shield. No, actually, it's not going to matter. The power of the Guardian, kindness to aid friends. A shield to repel all. You give up this power. You've chosen the power of the Mystic. You've given up the power of the Guardian. Is this the form you choose? Yes. No, I know you guys may be like, wait, why'd you give up shield? Hear me out. That's the strength that we're gonna get from not dropping the sword is actually going to be more beneficial than dropping the shield, as that's not going to matter at all very, very early on into the game. If you're 100% in the game, I highly recommend choosing the rod, but it really depends on what type of playthrough you're doing. End of the day, there's not really the best option, but rod is usually the best for the most part. You've gained the power to fight. Okay, so we can press X to attack. Alright, you've got it. Use this power to protect yourself and others. Alright, so the green gauge displays your hit points, your HP or health. If you run out of HP, you'll be taken to the continue screen. The blue gauge shows your magic points, your MP. Magic is still a mystery to you. There will be times where you have to fight. Keep your light burning strong. Now we will be gaining some experience early on, it's unavoidable. You gain EXP from defeating enemies. Without enough EXP you gain a level. Furthermore, defeated enemies sometimes leave items behind. You can take these items by walking up to them. Different items can do different things, like restore HP or MP. Behind you! Generally, you'll automatically target to the nearest enemy, but you can lock onto a specific target by pressing R1. Lock on will appear in the top left corner of the screen while you're locked onto a target. Locking onto a target limits the actions available to you, especially against other targets. Later on in the game, later on in the game, we won't be able to gravity or thunder if we're locked onto a target and far away from them. It's kind of a weird mechanic that this game has. Press R1 again to release target lock. I'll be getting into this more later, but this game also has a very unique magic system that wasn't really reused in any of the other games. Alright, let's check out this door, shall we? There's a field icon, it pops up whenever a special command is available. This is a mechanic they kind of took from Kingdom Hearts 2 and put it in this game when they made it HD. When the triangle command pops, when examine pops up, you can press triangle to examine the object in front of you. This just makes it easier so you don't have to navigate through the command menu. I can't open it. There are actually some other mechanics that were taken from other games and put in the HD remix of this game, but we'll be getting into that more later. Alright, so the triangle in the command menu turns into various commands. Let's get this chest. Nice. Very, very useful chest. You can push large crates. You can also smash them. Sometimes destroying objects heals items. You can take these items by walking up to them. Use them with the items command. Pretty self-explanatory. You can lock on to objects as well as enemies. When locked on, press L2 to switch your focus between available targets. Technically, you're supposed to throw this barrel. Technically, yeah, you're supposed to throw the barrel, but you can also break it. Alright, let's check this door out, shall we? Hold on, the door won't open just yet. First, tell me a bit more about yourself. Alright, so we can go into first person view and we can look around. Which is pretty neat, not gonna... It is pretty neat, but you can't move around in first person in this game. The triangle talk command is now available. Press triangle to talk to people nearby. What's the most important thing to you? My prized possessions. Are possessions such a big deal? They're gonna be rude to you no matter what. What are you afraid of? Being indecisive. Being indecisive? Is that really so scary? What do you want out of life? To be strong. To be strong, huh? You like to collect neat things, you're afraid of being indecisive, and you want to be strong. Your adventure begins in the dead of night. Your road won't be easy, but a rising sun awaits your journey's end. And that's a really good way to just describe level 1 in this game in general, not gonna lie. The day you will open the door is both very far off and very near. Press options to open the main menu. In the main menu, you can do things like view your inventory and status, or configure your game settings. However, you won't be able to open the menu during battle. We're actually going to have to open the menu right here so that we can turn on EXP 0, because if we don't turn on EXP 0 here, then our world party member and Goofy will be level 2 for the entire game. It's not that big of a deal, but I like doing it in all my level 1 playthroughs. Alright, so abilities, EXP 0. There we go. We can check out some of our other stuff. We don't have any equipment yet. Dream Rod we can't really change or do anything with. We don't even have any items at the moment. We don't have any spells. I don't really want to change anything here either. There are going to be times where I'm going to change auto lock, but that's for very, very specific strategies. And that's going to be a little later on in the game. So far, the Steam release of this game has been pretty good. I don't think they've fixed any of the issues so far. I did make a YouTube video about that if you want to check it out. This is a save point. Touch save points to recover HP and MP. Press triangle to open the save menu. When save appears, be sure to save your progress before quitting the game. It's a good idea to save often. If anything goes wrong, you can load your save data and resume from there. This is especially important because we're going to be going for 0 times defeated on the file. As long as you don't use the continue button, your times defeated will always be counting as 0. If you don't use the continue button, it won't add to your times defeated counter, so things like gummy missions and Olympus Cups won't count towards that. But using the continue button will, so you do have to load your save if you don't want that to happen. Alright, so there's the path forward there. I didn't get the chance to mention is with EXP 0, we're not going to get a lot of abilities. We're not going to get scan, we're not going to get guard, we're not going to get a lot of basic things. We're not going to get Combat Master either, which by the way, Combat Master wasn't in the Final Mix Japanese version. They added that in the HD remake. So it technically came from Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. The only time we saw it in North America was in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, believe it or not. I highly recommend having some experience with this game. Do maybe a few Proud Mode playthroughs before you even touch level 1. It's very difficult, it's not easy, but thankfully the game does add in things to make it a little bit more doable. Also another neat thing I wanted to show off really quickly is that the save menu actually changes depending on the color that's in the middle of the screen. It's actually a really neat mechanic that this game has. I like just... It's a pretty neat mechanic that they added in this game. Other than that though, let's make our way forward. So a little neat mechanic about this glass is that it disappears, so if you are save slotting your game, make sure that you make a save. I will be save slotting throughout this playthrough. It's a little thing I like to do whenever I 100% the games. It's just making a save before fights and throughout worlds as the worlds progress. The closer you get to light, the greater your shadow becomes. But don't be afraid. And don't forget. Alright, so Dark Side 1. This fight can be a little bit tricky if you're playing on a higher difficulty. He's going to do his fist punch right here. But you can make it a little bit easier and actually get some tech points if you're attacking his head over here. However, we can't see tech points because we have the XP 0 equipped, unfortunately. Also, he does spawn shadows. You have to keep your eyes open for those. Try to make sure you time his words to hit them back, or you can also just avoid them with good angling. And there we go. You can die to that fight, by the way, but I won't be dying to any of the fights that you can die to. But don't be afraid. You hold the mightiest weapon of all. So don't forget. You are the one who will open the door.
Whoa! Give me a break, Kyrie.
Sorry, you lazy bum. I knew that I'd find you snoozing down here.
No, this huge black thing swallowed me up. I couldn't breathe, I couldn't... Ow!
Are you still dreaming?
It wasn't a dream. Or was it? I don't know. What was that place? So bizarre.
Yeah, sure.
Say, Kyrie, what was your hometown like? You know, where you grew up?
I've told you before. I don't remember.
Nothing at all?
Nothing.
You ever want to go back?
Well, I'm happy here.
Really?
But you know, I wouldn't mind going to see it.
I'd like to see it too. Along with any other worlds out there. I want to see them all.
So what are we waiting for?
Hey! Aren't you guys forgetting about me? So, I guess I'm the only one working on the raft.
Ah!
And you're just as lazy as he is.
So you know this. Okay, we'll finish it together. I'll race you.
Huh?
What? Are you kidding?
Ready? Go!
Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. This game's logo actually appears, I think, the fastest out of like all of the main line. out of all the mainline entries. Alright, Destiny Islands. Alrighty, let's talk to Kairi, shall we? So, can you gather the rest of the supplies? Sora, are you listening to me? Yeah, I heard you. Okay, so here's what you need to find. 2 logs, 1 cloth, and 1 rope. Bring everything back here. If you need help, just ask. I'm counting on you. If you do ask her for help, she's not going to give you a good item. If you do ask her for help, she's not going to give you a high potion at the end of the day. Instead, she'll give you a regular potion or not a potion at all. So just keep that in mind. But guys, other than that, I think this is actually a good point to wrap up this episode. Next time, we're going to continue off from Destiny Islands and see how close we get to making that raft. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check me on Twitch, twitch.tv/DataZemnis. I stream at 5 PM EST on weekends, and I'm currently playing Kingdom Hearts 3 level 100%. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys all later.